There's not many people I like that. Much easier for me to handle. Hi, everyone. I'm Chiali. Today we're gonna talk about design-driven innovation. First of all, any designer here? Or consider yourself? All right, cool. So a bit background about myself. So I'm working in the privacy and scaling exploration. I leading a small team called Poland Lab. We consider ourselves as a product studio, accelerator, incubator, however we want to call. The goal is to bring the PSC technology, zero launch pool technology, to end user application, and we collaborate with the other EF team. So today's talk is very much inspired by this book. Thank you. So this year, I was really trying to find a way to work with the ZK engineer, because oftentimes we talk about designing for future, building for future, and as a product designer for a decade, I feel I should kind of figure out a new way to collaborate with ZK engineer. So I discovered this book called Design-Driven Innovation, and the goal is here changing the rule of the competition by radically innovating what things makes. So innovation starts by listening. Oftentimes we listen by what customer want or need and what market's missing. Also look at the trend and observe the weak signal. So design-driven innovation is no different. It's by listening, but instead of listen current customer, current market, you listen a diverse group of people. It can be a designer, it can be social scientist or cultural innovator, or people just work in different industry like you. So what is the design-driven innovation? As you can see this chart, in the y-axis is about technology, and the x-axis is the meaning. So most of the kind of company or team, they are doing market pull. They kind of observe what's missing out there, and they do a very incremental change. So the technology is not like hugely different, it can be slowly different, and the meaning is also kind of stay in the same zone. Then there's another approach called the technology push. They might be doing a very advanced technology, but they have hard time to find what this technology mean at the beginning. For example, like very long time ago about GPS. GPS was used by the military, and it didn't have like obvious reason for GPS at the beginning, but once the consumer market adopt what's meaning, and then it become very widely spread. So the design-driven is fall in this zone. Basically, it's you can combine the technology and what is meaning the radical change, or you can just build a product that the technology is not much different, but you have a way to convey the meaning and the product service you are designing for the user you target to. But what do you mean by the meaning? So in this example I'm showing, in 2006, while Xbox and PlayStation, they are very focused on the technology improvement to kind of help the game console be high performance or slimmer design. But Nintendo Wii, they take another approach by introduce this motion sensor, and they also really radically change the way people playing with a game. You are no longer just sitting on your sofa playing game with your family or friend. You are doing things physically and even more fun. I remember my brother was visiting us from Taiwan to Canada, and he was ready to wait in line to kind of get this machine. So that's the meaning what we are talking about here. So sooner we talk about innovation, need to listen to a group of diverse people. So in here, you can start a conversation, as I just mentioned, with the media, with artists or cultural organization, or even just engineer that work similar to you, but they work in different industry to get this diverse and 360 immerse, and the conversation you can go more rich, and you will kind of discover what you're trying to convey the meaning for your new product and new service. Compared to human-centered design and design-driven innovation, human-centered design, it's mostly you listen closely the user you are serving for, the current context, how they use, and design-driven innovation is about triangle. So you listen to them, or you propose a solution for them, and while you listen with the network you are building from the diverse group of people. So I guess, all right, just temperature check is very abstract for now. I guess so. Yeah, all right, cool. So that's why I'm saying, so how do we apply in this case? So I would like to talk about this collaboration. We start last month. We met this fellow. He's from Next Billion Fellowship currently. So he is Indian and also a journalist. And he has this project called Voice Deck. His mission is to help the local journalists to get retroactive funding. And what we find is very intriguing is, okay, now we definitely see a lot of journalism trust issues. So we see this opportunity, maybe we can kind of help to build that trust by giving the retroactive funding instead of giving the funding right away. Because oftentimes, as you guys know, those journalists, they might get funded by like big brand like CNN or whatever. They might get funding from the government, and therefore they have this biased viewing. And we thought this platform may be a kind of opportunity for us to kind of try to shift that direction as well. So yeah, so we start by talking with a lot of different people. We host 2 brainstorming workshops. There was 19 people participate. I think what it make it very rich because we had 5 local journalists from India. They were participating in the session, so it made the brainstorming session very, very rich. And we had a designer from different fields and also a marketer to kind of participate in multiple ideas. But what did we talk about in the brainstorming? So again, it is a retroactive funding, so we start from the very low level. So how can we align the concept of retroactive funding with India's culture and the society nuance? So this was the moment the Indian journalist was telling us that one of the journalists was saying his grandma was really willing to give a small incentive weekly to the issue she cared locally. And then next topic, we talk about user engagement. So here we were propose a question: what mechanism can bolster the trust between platform and journalists and the user? So this was what we kind of mentioned sooner, that the trust between the journalism now is getting pretty big challenging. So we thought it might kind of nice to add into this brainstorming session. Then the last one, we go thinking big, go dream big about feature. So we were saying, how do you envision this platform influence the journalist funding globally? So this get very interesting because you start seeing we might be able to kind of really change how the journalist current business model. So yeah, we get very, very well here. So we start being say all this brainstorming, we start our interpretation. So yeah, it is a retroactive funding as a base, but then we realize it's a collective impact we are doing because it's very local and it's content the journalist and the person who got benefits. So it is a collective impact, and so we kind of towards okay, we need to build a product more has this collective impact driven. And again, it's a local first because the Indian culture apparently is very community-centric, and we definitely want to add that flavor into the platform. And DeFi journalist was telling us the best way of communicate the idea or concept or server is by word of mouth in India. So that's kind of what we kind of interpret. So after this interpretation, we start building kind of website as kind of prototyping just to set out the mission out there. So if you guys want to check, it's voicedeck.org. You can visit this website, and it is fun. So the statement is here that from individual action to collect the impact. Here we also kind of propose some app screenshot. It's early concept, just the idea is kind of, okay, we set the mission, set the idea out there, and let's receive some feedback. And here we also identify an opportunity for PSC using a zero-knowledge proof protocol called Anand-Adar, because it's very local based and we don't want people just give opinion without knowing what they're saying. So the Anand-Adar, how it works is basically you need to prove that you are Indian citizen by uploading, you have this Adar PDF, and then we'll create a signature. Once they verify themselves, they will be able to participate in some voting to kind of tell everyone in the platform, okay, yeah, in my village, this issue actually is true. Therefore, it can kind of create that trust for other people to fund the report. And again, it's very about transparency, about the transaction, how the money flow from one side to the other. And once the report get funding, maybe the previous report, they were working with very tight budget. And once they got funded, they might be able to increase their budget and produce even more higher quality of a report, or even spend money to kind of trace the government official to resolve the issue. The issue can be electricity or clean water or whatever you can imagine in the local Indian village. So now what? So as I just mentioned, we from ideation to the website launch, we only spent about 1 week, and we launched that website last week or so, just before Dev Connect, I think. And we start getting a lot of feedback. And yeah, so while we capture other feedback, we want to stay strong about what the mission we are building. And we don't want to, like, okay, because somebody said that, we should change that way. We definitely want to stay strong on our mission here. And then we're going to get to the build time very soon. And we are hoping to launch this first version in February next year. It's a very short build time, to be honest, but yeah, I hope we will make it. So if you want to learn more or collaborate with Support Lab, you can scan this QR code to go our Discord, or you want to learn about PSC technology, you can go to our website. And I will leave a question or challenge for you guys. What meaning you can introduce on the product or service you are building today? That's it. Thank you very much.